Hi, my name's Morgan, and I am here today to talk about how DNAngels has impacted my life in so many ways. They're an amazing organization. My story starts in January 2020, just prior to the pandemic, when I took an Ancestry DNA test, kind of for fun and knowledge, just to get the percentages and the pie chart and see where my ancestors came from. And I submitted my test. The results came back. I got the pie chart. And I also got some surprising news. I found 2 family members were labeled as close family, and I had never seen them in my life. They were initially labeled as first cousins. And so I reached out to them and was trying to figure it out. Well, they both knew something that I didn't just yet. And so in the confusion and the shock of who are these people? Why have I never heard about them before if they are first cousins? I tabled it because the pandemic hit, and I think we all know how collectively traumatic that was, and for many continues to be. And so I had to shift my priorities and shift gears. It wasn't until earlier this year, actually, that I decided to get back into the research and try to figure out, who are these people? How am I related to them? And it just so happens that I was told by my family this year that I am donor conceived. And my parents used a sperm donor to be able to have me. So having believed your whole life that you were conceived in a different way was quite shocking. And the emotions that you think have to exist separately and can't possibly happen all at once did. And it's quite a lot to have to navigate and move through. And I found myself immediately craving and yearning for support and to know that I wasn't alone. And I found a community on Facebook right away called We Are Donor Conceived. And it was so soothing to me in the shock of it all to start reading other people's stories who have known for a long time that they were donor conceived and what helped them, or seeing stories pop up of people like me who found out that week they were donor conceived. And it's just such a lovely community. But within that community, as I was doing my research, I kept seeing DNAngels pop up and just how life-changing they had been for people. And I knew that I desperately wanted to try to find my sperm donor, not just for the sake of knowing, but to know 50% of my DNA and medical history and how that could impact me or my children. And so I gave it a whirl. I took a risk. I was nervous. I filled out the form on DNAngels website, and it was incredible. Within a matter of one day, I went from hearing the news, feeling shocked by this news of my donor conceived status, finding this amazing community where I immediately did not feel like I had to go this alone. And DNAngels took my case right away. They found my donor within hours. And the beautiful thing about DNAngels is they don't just stop at finding the family members you're looking for. They coached me on the best ways to approach reaching out to my donor and other family members. In that process, I also found out that I have a half brother that my donor raised on his own with his wife at the time, the only son that he had. So I went from believing I was an only child to having 3 half siblings, because those 2 people who popped up as first cousins were actually my half brother and half sister. And I feel so relieved and almost joyful and humorous now. I'm glad I can now be in that place to know that all 4 of us grew up believing we were only children and wanted to have that experience of having siblings. And it's just so cool that we're able to have that now, and that there's 4 of us. At least time will tell if more DNA tests come in. Since then, It took a couple of months for my sperm donor to reach back out to me. We have established a connection and have built a really beautiful friendship. I have a great connection with all of my half siblings as well, and I am so, so grateful. And I suppose another funny thing about this that feels very full circle, I work as a therapist, specializing in complex trauma, in particular in utero processing and generational trauma. And so the fact that I've been working in this realm of like mystery and generational lineage trauma, it's kind of cool to think that now that I have lived experience, I really feel like my mission has shifted in helping people process the shock that can come with any kind of DNA secret coming to the surface in surprising ways, be that finding out that you were donor conceived, or that you were in an adoption situation, or another family member was. I mean, I could go on and on. All of this to say, DNAngels, I wouldn't have been able to make these connections and have the peace that I have today without their help and guidance that has continued to this day. So it's Giving Tuesday. This is an amazing organization to give to. I can't say enough about how passionate they are. And the fact that they have lived experience brings a whole new meaning to this work in this world of genealogy. Please, please consider donating. Every little bit counts. And I wish you all a happy holiday season. Take care. Hi, my name's Morgan, and I recently shared my story about how DNAngels changed my life on their page, and I wanted to circle back in celebration of Giving Tuesday and share this holiday song with you all. I hope you enjoy. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. Next year our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. Next year our troubles will be miles away. Once again as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us will be near to us once more. Someday soon we all will be together, if the fates allow. Until then, we'll have to muddle through somehow. Ooh. So have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. Next year our troubles will be out of sight. So have yourself a merry little Christmas. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. Please consider supporting DNAngels. They are absolutely incredible at what they do, and they operate from the heart. I can't say enough. Y'all take care.